that stream, and I don't know why my phone cut out. I can't explain it, so I've had to go live again. Never mind, these things happen. Let's just see if people can't come back on the stream. I don't know if 2 lives are running. That's really bizarre. I don't know why that happened. Hold on a second. So guys, apologies. Yeah, the live stream cut out. I don't know how it happened. So I've set it up again. That's such a shame, man. I was right in mid-flow there. We had a great chemistry there, some great questions going, and it cuts out. Never mind. Let's see if we can pick it up, and it won't do it again. I hope my phone's not broke. Well, you can still watch that other live stream anyway. I think it was about 30 minutes, some great content in there. I don't know if it's still live. Hold on. That's the thing about the only thing about the live streams is there's always, there can be technological problems, but it's not the end of the world. I've still put up a lot of new videos. I've just got to try and remember and pick up where I left off. So hopefully, I'm hoping the same people will come back on. We can continue. So what was I saying? I was just, one of you asked me a question about text messaging, that you struggle with texting because when you get the number, you're scared to ask the girl out over text. And I was just talking you through it, explaining that my client had this problem. We solved it in a 2-hour session. You've really got to stop overthinking, and you just got to be honest and keep it positive and simple. And you've got to be the same person in the messaging that you was in when you met the person, because what a lot of men do is, and I used to do this because of fear, they make a good impression on a woman, the woman likes them, and they get the phone number, and obviously she wants to see you, she's given you the number, she likes you, right, in most cases. But then when you go away and you have a break, you start worrying and overthinking that she's going to reject you, your fears and insecurities kick in, and you got to not listen to that. You know, you've got to keep that. It's very important when you first meet someone, especially when you first meet a woman, you have to keep the enthusiasm up, because we're all judgmental, men and women, when we first meet someone, because we don't fully know them yet. So if we have any feeling that there's negative energy or anything like that, you can change your mind. Marcus, I see myself doing this for a long time, to be honest. I just love coaching. I'm so passionate about it. I'm more passionate about it now than even before. I'm definitely see myself evolving. I definitely see myself writing books, broadening my message, doing some big public talks, things like that. But just continuing with what I'm doing, I already think I feel like I've done great things already. So it's just continuing the journey. I love it. But yeah, 10 years have gone quick. I still feel like I got so many more people to help. I still want to get my story out more. I want to connect with other people. So much more to do. But in regards to the dating aspect, that's always been a short shelf life for me, because I always knew that was just a starting point. That's not where I was going to end up. Obviously, I've been passionate about dating, and I've been very successful. Financially, it's been great, and it's been great to help people. And I get messages, you know, from people saying they've got married because of my teaching, they've got their girlfriend, or some guys that have never been on a date, they've gone on a date. It's great. But I have a passion for, you know, transformation in other areas. I'm very passionate about business, and that's why I like helping people to quit their job if they don't enjoy it and make money doing a business that they love. So if I'm being honest, guys, now I'm more passionate about business coaching than I am dating coaching. But I still have passion for the dating stuff, and I'm doing quite a lot of it at the moment. So I'm a person, I just go where it feels right. And if at any point I don't enjoy it, I'm not scared to quit and stop and do something else. So you never know, but yeah. Yes and no, Marcus. I don't have goals in that way financially, but my goal is, I mean, I don't want to sound big-headed. I really don't, because it can sound like that. But the way things are now, I'm pretty much financially free now. I'm back to where I was before. And again, I'm only saying this because you're asking me, right? I wouldn't say this otherwise because it could come across as bragging, and I'm not. But I've got business all around the world. I've got an abundance of clients and money, and I realise that is literally true. And I've just sold three weekend conference programs, and they're people from abroad. And a friend of mine's coming over to my 6 weeks program from America. I've got business all around the world, so I'm very blessed. I work very hard to be in this position, and I've had my financial struggles so many times in life. So I have a real passion to give back, you know. I know what it's like to grow up poor, and I know what it's like to do a job that you hate. I've been through it. So I'm not going to force people to quit, but those that want changes and they want to do it, I'm going to help them. And I'm working with a client at the moment. He's doing amazing. He's going to be a great dating expert, and he's going to be a wonderful businessman. He's a very good person, and he's growing and learning. So I've just been loving working with him. So yeah, you know, I just have a passion for coaching, confidence coaching. I love it. Let's try and pick the stream back up. All right, where are we? Hopefully. So let me just close this window. It's a bit loud out there. There we go. It's nicer. You know, that question is a bit. To me, that's a. I'm not going to answer that question. I'll let you answer that question. Well done for answering the question, but I'll let you answer that question. Or maybe some other of you can answer that. I'm not being rude, guys, but it's part of my personality. I'm not afraid to not answer questions. So if people ask me questions and I don't feel right about answering it, I'm going to pass on it, you know. And I think that's a message for other people out there. You shouldn't be scared. You don't have to be rude to people, but at the same time, you've got to have boundaries, you know. You've got to respect yourself. And if someone's asking you a question and you don't feel comfortable, you don't want to answer, you don't have to answer it. And I have that respect for other people as well. If I ask somebody a question, sometimes I'll say to them, look, if you don't want to answer it, I respect that. You don't have to tell me that. It's none of my business, but I'm just curious. And if they say, yeah, I don't want to talk about it, no problem, we move on. So there's a little social skill tip there already. But I think a lot of people on this channel, which is good, not everyone, and I expect a lot of people are open for my more improved, evolved message. They're open. Guys are open to the fact of not just wanting to approach women or get confident women. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. That has its place. Don't get me wrong. It changed my life. But guys want to improve their life. They want to be fitter. They want to, you know, improve their finances. They want to help people. That, you know, you want to develop as a person. See, one of the things you guys, well, I like you to understand. No, please don't say sorry for asking. Don't say sorry for asking. You're being polite. I just didn't want to answer the question. I didn't see a point in it. But there's nothing wrong with you asking. If you don't ask, you don't get. So I appreciate you being, you know what I mean, being polite. Because some people just come on and say crazy stuff and they don't have good manners. So, you know, when I got involved in the world of self-improvement, Les Brown was a big inspiration for me. And my mindset was always, you know, I want to change my life. Not just, I don't just want to be a guy that dates loads of women or just gets a girlfriend, even though that was important to me. I always wanted to fall in love and get a girlfriend. It's great. But I wanted to change my life. I wanted to be a better person. You know, I wanted to get in shape. I wanted to travel. I wanted to make friends. I wanted to help people. I wanted to be a public speaker. I wanted to write books. I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to tell my story. I wanted to talk about my mental health challenges, help other people. So I'm coming from that mindset, but I know obviously not everyone is going to have that mindset. And I think I connect better with people that have got that mindset. Yeah, I keep fit. I just try and eat the obvious healthy foods. You know, obviously I have some takeaways here and there. But you know, healthy food: brown rice, pasta, tuna, chicken breast, salad, broccoli, fruits, all the obvious kind of healthy foods. Water. So that's something I enjoy doing. Yeah, yeah, that's right, Timmy. The odd saveloy here and there, the odd bit of fish and chips. It's okay now and then. Okay, let's just a couple of tips here while you guys are waiting for questions, right? For anyone who's new to this channel. So you want to know how to be more confident with women, I'll give you 2 tips. The first one is to practice talking to them with honesty, right? I'll let you work that out. So that's the first tip. That will work 100%. Obviously, that takes time. You've got to face your fears. It's not going to be easy to begin with, but it will get easier the more you do it. The second tip is to improve your lifestyle. So you've got the gym, you've got your diet, you've got your traveling, you can practice cleaning your apartment, you know, you can practice not watching porn, you know, all these habits, positive habits, getting around positive people, you know, going out, facing your fears, having new experiences. They're all going to develop you and grow you as a person. I'm telling you now, women are more attracted to guys, young guys or older guys who are more developed. Their personalities are more developed. They're more socialized. They're more open. You know, they're more educated. So anyone can do that. Every single day you've got an opportunity to improve yourself. You can read books to educate yourself. You can go out. You can go to meetup groups. You know, you can go to the gym. So for me, that was always my mindset from the very beginning, because I always looked up to people like Les Brown, Bruce Lee, Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, some role models around my area. And I looked at these men and saw the things that they did. And I got ideas, and I watched the movies growing up. So I think most of what I teach is very simple. It's obvious, it's common sense. But where it challenges people is you've got to face your fears to apply it. It's all good and well knowing, okay, you can know that going gym can help you, eating healthy can help you, improving your finances can help you, educating yourself, your social skills, traveling. But to actually do it, good evening, Fred Blogs, to do it, you've got to work your courage muscles. And that takes time. And that's, you know, that comes down to each and every individual. Some people are just dedicated. I'm working with a client at the moment, as I said, and he's one of the most dedicated clients that I've coached in a long time, I'll be honest. It's very easy to coach him because he's so driven, he's so dedicated, he's so open, and he keeps taking action, and he's you know, working hard, and he does different things. He doesn't just approach women. He goes to public speaking classes, he goes to the gym, he's doing my business coaching program, he's developing as an entrepreneur, and he's going to be coaching people probably very likely by the end of this year, by January 2023. He's got his own channel. I'm mentoring him on business. He's learning quick. He's very intelligent. But as good as a teacher as I am, I couldn't help him if he wasn't dedicated. What could I do? You can't wipe someone's backside for them, technically. They've got to want to do it. And when I worked with my mentor, it was the same. He's a great teacher, Jeff. But he couldn't do everything for me. I had to want it. I was passionate and I did want it. And that's why I got so much out of working with Jeff Thompson for several years, doing his coaching, because I was so hungry, and he liked working with me because I was always on time, I was dedicated, I invested financially, mentally, emotionally. I was all in, you know, I was all in. And you've got to be like that if you want to succeed in life. And unfortunately, some men lack that. And you can't help someone who hasn't got drive and passion. All I can do, honestly, all I can do is pray for them if they want me to pray for them, and wish the best. Because if I'm not able to help someone, then I have to say, well, you know what? Maybe someone else can help them and reach them, or maybe God will help them. I believe He will help them, or they'll see sense. But yeah, that's why, you know, I have a policy where I don't coach anyone, because when I first started teaching, I tried to help everyone, and that's my good nature, and that's how I was brought up. But in the end, I realized that's an untruth, that there's some people where you have to know where to draw the line and say, this person's not right to work with at this moment in time. It doesn't mean I don't care about them, and it doesn't mean that you don't want good for them. You do want good for them, but you're not able to help them especially if somebody resists help and they don't want to hear it, and they've got a big ego and they have too much pride, then you've got to respect it and say, you know what, I'm not going to tell you about how to live. I'm not going to tell you where you're going wrong because you don't want to hear it, and I respect that. And you just got to move on and work with people who are dedicated and who are open. So I know I go off on these tangents, and I'm glad I do. And some people might say, well, what's all this got to do with being confident with women? Well, it's got everything to do with being confident with women. Everything I talk about, it comes back to that, or it gives you the confidence, character, drive, passion, entrepreneurial skills, social skills, life skills, gym, diet. They make you a better human being. Les Brown was saying the same message. I remember Les Brown saying in one of his talks, when you get yourself confident, women will find everything cute about you. Doesn't matter how you look or how tall you are, or whether you've got hair on your head. If you work on your spirit, if you work on yourself internally, you're going to be more desirable to everyone, especially women, because of the development, because of what the shine that comes out of you, the confidence, the energy. The energy is different. So it's good energy that attracts women, and bad energy puts them off. It detracts them. So get your energy right, work on your life, travel more, educate yourself. Guys make excuses. If you've got money, invest your money wisely. Stop wasting your money on crap, junk food, alcohol, things that you don't need that are just going to not be valuable in a year. Invest your money in a good mentor. Make sure your mentor is handsome like me, charming, genuine and caring, and has got your best interest at heart. That'd be the best investment you've ever made. Now, if I'm not the right mentor for you, great. There are loads of mentors out there, good ones. Find a mentor that is right for you. Invest your money in a mentor. You'll make more money back. Work on yourself. Stop feeling sorry for yourself and stop feeling sorry for yourself and start caring for yourself. Jordan Peterson talks about that. He's right. You have to care for yourself like someone would care for someone that cared about someone. If you don't care for yourself, no one's going to do it for you. You're just going to deteriorate. So all these attitudes make you a better man. They make you more attractive to women, and they give you a fresh, confident energy when you're approaching them in any situation. But of course, like I said before, it's not enough just to approach women. Any guy can kind of do that with a bit of a push. It's the relationship that you can build with them. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, I've always had a lot of courage. I'm thankful. My dad installed it in me. Most of my courage comes from my dad. I've got to give my dad credit. It's 100% true. The way my dad brought me up, I was a scared kid growing up. I was very shy, very nervous. Most of you know my story. Very unconfident, very sensitive and emotional. But my dad used to push me and make me face frightening fears. He used to make me do things that I didn't want to do. And I'm so glad he done that. But obviously I worked at my courage, and I've been around some brave men. But anybody can be courageous who really wants to. Courage doesn't cost any money, but you can't go on Amazon and buy a packet of courage. You can't go into Tesco's and say, can I get a box of courage? You've got to dig it out in yourself. And some people, which is fine, they're not able to find the courage on their own. So that's why you need a mentor. You need to do a weekend program or a 6 weeks program, or work with any good teacher who's genuine, who's got good teaching and experience and has changed their life, and get them to give you the help and the support you need. Because as Les Brown said, sometimes you're not able to go to places by yourself, but having a mentor that can take you to places that you couldn't go by yourself, but you'll go by yourself when you've got a mentor next to you. There's no weakness in getting help. I had mentorship from Jeff. When I went and worked with Jeff Thompson, I was already a successful leading dating coach. I was a teacher myself, but I still had struggles. I had fears, I had insecurities, and Jeff knew more than me. He's older than me, wiser than me, so I wasn't too proud to go to another man and pay him and say, look, I love what you do, you're a good person, can you help me? And he said, yeah, I'll help you. And it was the best thing I ever did, one of the best investments I ever made. I'm still getting the benefits now from working with Jeff several years ago. It changed my life. He's made me a better man being around a good person like Jeff. So I'm not someone that just says all this. I live what I teach. So when I'm telling you guys you should invest some of your money, yeah, it's expensive, yeah, but life's short. You spend thousands of pounds anyway on things that you don't really need, on junk food, on traveling, train fare, cigarettes, alcohol. Spend the money, spend some of the money, not all of it, on a mentor. And that's why I'm doing better in my life, because the money that I spent with Jeff, I got so much value from it. I got so much confidence. My awareness increased, my knowledge made me a better man. I'm still learning from the lessons, because the lessons had so much information, and those lessons are helping me to make more money. And with the more money I make, the more people I can reach, the more I can put into my business and help other people to make more money. Listen, I'm a fair person, right? I've always prayed to God and said, listen, God, if you help me to make more money and be financially free, I'm going to help any other person. I'm going to help other people to make more money. I'm not just a greedy person. I'm not just someone who thinks I just want everything and then F everyone else. I'm not like that. That's not how I am. So when I was struggling, when I was younger, and I couldn't get a girlfriend, I was lonely and depressed, suicidal. I used to pray to God and say, if you help me to get a girlfriend and introduce me and take this pain away, I promise you, I will help my friend to get a girlfriend. I'll help the next man. And I've honored that promise. I've always done that. And that's the same promise I make to all of you. And I say it out loud. That's why I've really worked on my relationship with money and everything. Because money doesn't make me, I make money. That's one of my affirmations, meaning I don't put my identity in money. I'm not just a money-driven person. But at the same time, I like making money, because we need money. Money's important, but you don't have to let it make you a terrible person. So having a lot of money doesn't make someone a bad person. People are bad with or without money. It's based on their character. So I want to give you guys some real deep teachings. And you guys might think, what is he going on about? This is very deep. It all comes back to everything on this channel. How to be a better person, how to change your life, how to be more confident with women. Let's be honest. If you have more money and you're more financially stable, you're going to have more confidence of women. And it's not what you guys are thinking or what narrow society thinks. I'm not the sort of person who has to make money to impress women or get them to love me. I've attracted women when I was broke, when I was on benefits. So it's not down to my money, it's down to my personality, my social skills, and my God-given gift that God's gave all of us. We're all gifted. So I don't need money to get women, but I want to have money for myself or maybe a future family so I can do more things. So, that's why I'm speaking more on money on this channel, because I know a lot of people struggle with it, and I come from a struggling background with money as well, and I turned it around, and now I make a lot of money, good money, doing what I love, and I'm going to help more of my clients to make lots of money being a good person, doing what they love, and then they'll help their clients. See how it works. The more people you help, the better it is, So all these things are confidence building, educating yourself in all these different ways, traveling, getting a mentor, helping other people, improving your diet, improving your mindset, not listening to negative people, not caring about trolls, haters. Makes no difference. Every time I get criticism and trolling, I always get very excited. Do you know why? Because it always comes when my life is amazing. And would I take away the criticism and the trolling in order for me to have the old life? No, I wouldn't, because my old life was miserable. When I was miserable and depressed and suicidal, I had no trolls, because I didn't do anything. No one had anything to say about me, because I was hiding in a flat. I was so afraid. But when I changed and grew my confidence and got out there and started teaching and being successful, you're always going to get trolls. And I feel sorry for them, because anybody that has to hate people or criticize them, they're in a bad place. I know what that's like to be in that place. It's not a nice place. So I don't hate them. I would never hate them. I don't respond to them. I practice a very good teaching, which is observation, but not identifying with it. So I don't respond to trolling. I'm just giving you guys some skills, some life skills, because most of you, I'm being straight on this channel, you're not living your dreams because you care what people think about you. You're afraid that if you do it, someone's going to attack you on the internet, or someone's going to shout at you. You've got to get past that if you want to be successful. All successful people get criticized because they're great, because they're brave, because they're happy. People don't like it when they're miserable and someone else is happy. But I'm not like that. I used to be like that when I was in a negative place, and I worked on myself. So anyone can change if they want. And the message is pretty deep. My message is about changing your life, transforming. So back to the approaching women, yeah, it's important, but it's not everything. There's a lot more things in life that are important, that skills that you're going to have to learn. And if you don't learn, then it's going to bite you in the arse. You're going to pay the consequences, like I had to. I didn't know how to clean an apartment up growing up. Why? Because my mum always done it for me, and I lacked those skills. But when I moved out, I had to learn the hard way that you know, if you don't clean your apartment, it looks like a shithole and it makes you feel depressed. And people come round and think, what is going on? So you learn these skills as you go along. Right. Questions. I love dancing once a week in a pub. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot of that going on, man. A lot of people are suffering, which is why I try and get the positive message out to help people. I can understand how those guys feel, because it wasn't, you know, I was in that place myself. So I'm not judging anyone, but I do call the bullshit and call out, and you know, that's my style. That's my style of teaching. I'm kind, fair, but firm, and I can't really bullshit. I can't sit here talking nonsense. I just get straight to it because I want to help people. And you know, time is valuable. All of our time is valuable, so let's not waste it. I would like to read that. Thanks for recommendation. The Spain 44, because I'm gonna buy a new bookshelf in my flat. I'm gonna fill it with books, so I will have a read of Marcus Aurelius. I know he was I've heard a lot about him, so I would definitely take your recommendation and read about Marcus Aurelius. One of my friends back in the day used to talk about him a lot. He read his books. I know a little bit. I know the main gist of Stoicism, and I guess some of it is resonating from how I live my life in the teaching and what I've learned from my dad, my mentors. So good recommendation. I'll take you up on that. Okay, the battery's running out on the laptop. It's not running out on the phone. So yes, on a practical level, sorry, why are these things popping up? On a practical level, the way that you approach women with confidence is by being honest. That takes a lot of courage muscles, but any guy can do it with the right mindset. I think a lot of men are taught bad things in society. They've got the wrong mindset when it comes to meeting women. The mindset is that they have to be someone else, and that's where you go wrong. Anytime you're talking to a woman or any person and you're not being who you're made to be, you're going wrong. You're going wrong. And obviously, we've got to sometimes go through that to learn. So I'm not saying that you've got to be perfect, because none of us are, but that's a cop-out a lot of the time. People say, well, no one's perfect. Well, that's obvious. But you want to be great, though. Being great and being confident doesn't take away the fact that we're perfect. But we can't rationalize and use this term, well, nobody's perfect. Jonathan's not perfect. We can't discredit people like that, because you've got to admit when you see greatness. You know, I wouldn't even for a second hesitate to say that Les Brown is anything less than great. He's greatness, great human being, amazing. Same as Jeff Thompson, my mentor, same as Jordan Peterson. This is greatness. So you can't cop out like that. You can't use that as a rationalization, because you're not going to get nowhere. That's just an excuse to not be your best. So anytime you're talking to a woman, as far as I'm concerned, if you're not being yourself and you're not being honest, you're doing it wrong. You're getting it all wrong, and you're not respecting the woman, you're not respecting yourself. So obviously, I understand men have fears, they have anxieties. It's not easy for some men to just be themselves. That's why we've got to work at it. And we've got to start from an honest foundation. As David Goggins says, we have to start with the truth. And the truth hurts, but the truth will set you free. And we've got to say, look, at the moment, I can't be myself with women because of my anxiety, my insecurities. I want to be myself, and I'm willing to work through the pain, the fears, the insecurities, the social awkwardness to get to that point. Great, that's a great starting point. That's the starting point that I started from, because I had that problem as well. That's why I'm a good teacher. I can relate. I couldn't be myself with women. I didn't value myself. I was insecure. I had low self-esteem, and I was very nervous and shy, and my mind was all over the place. But I got to a point where I was like, something's not right. Like, I know what it feels like to be me, because I've been that person, and it felt good with family and friends. I've had glimpses of that feeling with women, but it's not consistent. And I don't want to feel like this anymore. I don't want to be someone else. I don't want to use lines and tricks. That's not me. That's not honest. It doesn't feel good spiritually. So when I realized that, I started to work at it. And it was more, a couple of words at a time. I had to practice prizing the honesty out of me, because it was quite painful to be open and vulnerable. And I know it would be the same for all of you. And as I started to do it, it got easier and easier. And then you get a little bit braver. It's a bit like this. Look, you're shy. You're in a situation like this now. You're quiet. You're scared to speak. And then you just go, so what's your name? You start off with something like that. And the person says, Jennifer. All right. And she says, what's your name? Oh, my name's Jonathan. Nice to meet you. You breathe. You're a bit nervous. And you might say, so what do you like doing? What are your hobbies? And she says, oh, I love traveling. And you're like, oh, I've never traveled before. I'm scared to travel. I'd love to. Can you see where I'm coming from? So you start off simple. And as you get more confident, you don't think so much. You're just in the moment. You're present. You're yourself. And then it just goes beautifully. It flows. So that's a little quick example to outline what I mean. Yeah. Timmy's never short of jokes. I like that. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, watch Arnold Schwarzenegger. Do you know what, guys? I've got to go soon, Someone, a friend wants to call me in a bit. I have been here about an hour. I've done over an hour. This is getting good. We are going to continue this. When you had your breakdown, was any of the recovery, what's that? What did you say? Drug-based, prescription, or just mental focus? A bit of both. A bit of both. I'll talk more about that, Marcus. I'm going to do a video about that. I'm going to be open and share everything. It's the right time now, because I was waiting. I was waiting. When do I feel God wants me to tell this story? And now I'm in a great place. Medication free. Mental health problems free. Obviously, I'm human. I still get some anxiety, but I'm in a great place. I'm healthy. I'm not on any medication. Only coffee, protein shakes, and tuna and salmon. But other than that, I'm great. And I will talk about it more, because I want to help more people with it. Guys, I got to shoot, because I've got to get to a call. I've been going for about an hour, but we got to a lot today, and we will continue this. I've got loads more. I said on my last video now, I don't look at it as a live stream or a video. This is just a continuation of the teaching, putting it out and living the dream and enjoying this. So my whole mindset's changed now with the way I do videos and streams. I don't see it as just like, well, this is one video going up. How's it going to do? No, it's just I'm just doing what I love, being present and having a great time and growing and helping others, helping you lot to grow, all right? Pleasure. So I'll talk to you guys soon, all right? Fearless.